You know, who you attract, the type of people that you attract, has to do all about your mind. It's all about the mind. It's not about who you deserve. It's not about who you want. It's not about who you pray God, who you pray for God to bring to you, what you pray God, what you ask for. Is nothing about that. It's all about the mind. And it's a beautiful thing if you know how the mind works. You want to have the man or woman that you want? Listen to this video right here. It makes sense. Check this out. Let me cook for a minute. Now I'm going to compare how the mind works to how social media works, like Facebook or Instagram. If you scroll past a video and as you give it attention and you looked at it for a couple minutes, that tells the algorithm, wow, this person is interested in this type of content. So the same type of content keep coming on your feed. Next video is going to be something similar. Next video. Like for instance, if you watch a video of a half-naked person and you were there, oh, that's disgusting, I can't believe, and you watching the video, I can't believe people showing themselves like this. Now, remember, the algorithm don't know what's on your, it doesn't know what your intention is. But the energy that you give to the video, which is the time spent and your attention, it brings it again. And it brings it again. And it brings another one just like this. Understand, that's how our minds work. So our minds is actually the algorithm. How people come to us is based on what we give attention to. The algorithm that our mind picks up is about who comes to us. Now, if we have somebody in our lives, if we had an ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend, somebody in our life, they cheated and they lied and they this and they that. If your energy stays in that same place, once you stayed in that same place, you can't stand them, you hate them, just like how you were watching that half-naked video. Now you can't stand them, you talk about them, you talk disrespectfully. I can't stand these type of dudes who lie and who cheat. And next one comes. And the next one comes. Because the mind, you are giving the mind time on a certain energy. The mind is fixated on a certain vibration. And therefore, that's all it's going to recognize. So the next person who comes up, who approaches you, is going to be the same type of person that you can't stand. And then the next one, then you're going to wonder, why are all these people coming to me? You know, when you watch a social media video of a half-naked person, I'm just giving this as an example. When you watch the same video, if you look at it, I don't care what you're thinking about. If you look at it and you stay on the video, it doesn't make a difference. After a while, you're going to see so many videos with half-naked people that you're going to think that most people on social media are half-naked, because that's all you're going to find. Half-naked, half-naked. Oh my God, social media is crazy, but it's not that. It's just that you are staring at the same video, and every time one comes up, you hate it so much, and you can't stand it so much, and you are so annoyed by it that you keep giving it energy and time. And you watch it, and you watch it, and you watch it, and the next half-naked person comes because it doesn't understand. See, the mind doesn't know what you don't like or what you like. If you focus on it, if you focus on men who lie, you're going to find men who cheat. If you focus on men who cheat, you're going to find men who lie. If you focus on all men are dogs, you're going to find men who lies and cheat. Understand, it doesn't know. It's using the amount of time that you focus on something to bring it to you. That's the power of the mind. That's the magic of the mind. So some of you thinking, you're going to keep engaging in these conversations and this discussion on social media about how men are, how women are, and how shitty people are in relationships. And you don't understand that every person that you meet is going to be that same man and that same woman that you speak about, because you are empowering them with your attention. You are using your attention to pay tributes to the same frequency, that same thing that you talk about, and you're always finding these damn people. Listen, social media is the same way. You never talk about something or someone and they just pop up the next day? Why? Because your focus went to that thing. You ever say, man, I haven't seen my best friend in 2 weeks, and then bam, your best friend pops up, or your ex, somebody from years ago just pops up? Why? Because that's how the mind connects. You gotta use your mind smart. And I'm gonna tell you real quick, how do you get that algorithm to slow down? If I scroll in my social media after watching a couple half-naked people, what I do now, I have to learn. If I see the people on my feed, I just scroll. I don't have to think. I don't have to get angry. I don't have to be miserable. I don't have to be anxious. I don't have to be upset. I just scroll, right? Another one pops up, I scroll. Pops up, I don't give it no attention or no time. I scroll. Because they're there. They exist. Why does it bother me? Because they exist. They're right there. I scroll again. And after a while, the algorithm said, well, that's not what he wants to see, because every time it pops up, it scrolls. I mean, he scrolls. So now I begin to look at something different that I want to see. Let's say pets. I begin to look at pets. The algorithm said, well, he's spending time on pets now. So let me, listen, the same thing with your mind. You got to put your mind in a different space. Put your mind in a different vibration. Listen, when you stop thinking about all men cheat, all men lie and stuff, if it comes to your mind, you don't have to entertain it. What you can do, you can switch to a different thought and go to somewhere that you want. Go to a thought that, oh, men are abundance. Relationships are healthy. A matter of fact, oh, I could imagine a healthy relationship. Switch your mind to something different. If you have problems thinking that, if you experience all men lie, all men cheat, all men this, all men, everybody, you don't have to keep, when your mind goes to those places, you could actually replace those thoughts instantly. And that gives your mind a new trajectory. It gives your mind a different space to dwell in. It gives your mind on a different frequency of things to bring to you. See, what you place your mind on is what it brings to you. The reason why you can't escape these toxic men and toxic women is because your mind stays on them. When your mind stays on them, so is your feelings. And feelings is what the universe uses to give you exactly what's in there. Feelings. What you think is what you feel. And what you feel comes to you in a form of physical reality. So we have to understand, man, it's crazy how the mind and social media work. They use an algorithm. The mind also uses an algorithm. If you focus on something, and listen though, when you're watching these videos, you see you put the half-naked people in the videos. And as you're watching the videos, you are appalled. You can't stand, oh man, I can't believe people are doing this. You scroll to the next one pop up. I can't believe, I hate this. Scroll to the next one. It doesn't stop the algorithm because the mind does not understand that. The mind understands where my energy goes, or where my attention goes, my energy flows. Wherever my focus goes, my energy flows. I don't care how I feel. If my attention goes there, so does my energy. So even if you can't stand these men who cheat, and you can't stand men who lie, and men who did this, and men who are toxic, you can't stand them. You talk about them and you despise them. Guess what? Guess what? That energy, you can only meet those men. Some of you are even getting confused that that's all that exists. Oh, all the men are this. It's because just like how you scroll into social media and meeting those same half-naked people, because you give it time and feelings, is what you keep seeing. It's the same thing. That's why. So you are wrong, but you are right. You are completely wrong because there's an abundance of quality, great men and women. But you are right because you are on that same frequency that matches with those things that you are seeing. The mind, if you give it attention with your mind, if you look at your screen on the feed and say, I wish there was a stop. I don't know why they keep showing me these people on social media. You keep watching it. What you have to do, you have to stop giving it your mind and your attention. The quickest way to kill something is to remove your attention from it. Is to remove your attention from it. And after a while, it dies down by itself. So what you have to do, when the thought comes to you about all men is this, all women are this, and relationships are just bad, and when those thoughts come, switch your thoughts to something else that you want to experience. Switch to something else. Switch to a different visual. Switch to a different feeling. You have to practice that, just like how you stop it on social media. Because after a while, I remember I used to watch, I gave Netta and Charles, Miss Netta and Charles a couple times, a few minutes on my screen time, and they started popping up every minute. They popped up and popped up. And every time they pop up, I'm curious, I'm watching. And I'm like, why do these people keep popping up? Because I keep giving it time. I give it my attention, so I attracted it. See, you don't know how much you are involved in what you are doing. You're not realizing how much you are involved in your own life and what comes to you. You are completely involved. So what I had to do, when Miss Netta and Charles pop up, I had to scroll. I'm not curious no more. Scroll next. Scroll again. No time. Scroll. change, scroll. And guess what? They don't pop up anymore. They don't, they stop. But that's how you do it in your real life too. It's the same thing. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Let me know if you have any questions. If you want to have successful relationships, successful men and women, what you have to do, you have to kill that algorithm and start over with something else, a new one. But you have to change your focus. Men and women of all type of value exist. If you cannot find that value, it's because of you. Your mind is on something. You are still hurt. You are still sad. You haven't forgiven. You are still carrying resentment in your heart. And that energy is your focus. That begins to be your biggest focus. And if that's your biggest focus, you're going to meet that person over and over and over again. And you're going to blame everything but yourself. When you are the one keeping the energy in your mind and in your spirit and in your body, you have to do the work. You have to learn how to let things be as they are and select what you want to experience. I don't care if there are 1,000,010 toxic women out there. 1,000,010,000. I could care less. That's their business. I don't have to deal with that. Let me put my mind to the woman that I want to deal with. Let me put my feelings and my emotions to, not the one who hurt me, not the ones who think who I think is bad or who I think is cheating on their husband. I don't put my mind there. Because when I put my mind there, I will meet them. I promise you, I always will meet them. Because they exist. Everything exists. Good, bad, and the ugly. So if you can't meet that quality of that what you want, you have to look at yourself. There's an abundance out there. It's an abundance. I hope you guys get what I'm saying. It's not blaming the victim. Some of y'all still won't get it. And that's why I use that social media idea, that analogy. I hope it works. Y'all have a beautiful day, all right? Peace.